So over the past, say, 20 years, many studies have shown that the attentional focus that a performer has greatly affects their movement effectiveness and efficiency. The most important difference is between an internal focus, a focus on body movements, and an external focus on the movement effect on the environment. So, for example, a golfer might focus on his or her arms or the motion of the club, and inevitably a focus on the club will result in better performance, greater accuracy, greater efficiency than a focus on body movements. This has been shown for many different skills, many sports skills. It has been shown for people who have motor problems, such as people with Parkinson's disease or after stroke. It has been shown for young children and older people. So it's a very generalizable effect, and in every case, an external focus results in better performance.
It seems that people have, just as they have needs to drink when they're thirsty and eat when they're hungry, they have needs to develop competence to survive at first and then to thrive. They need new skills. They need to continue to learn throughout life. So they have a need for competence. They have a need for autonomy, that is to be in control of their own actions. And when we don't, we have to expend energy sort of fighting to stay free. And they have a need for what's called social relatedness, or the need to be included in their social group, to feel part of, not excluded from their group. And there's been a lot of work in many areas of human behavior, from learning in schools to exercise behavior, that when people feel competent about what they need to do, feel that they have the choice or the autonomy to engage in that activity, and when they feel that this is a place where they are included, they behave in more effective ways. And what we've done recently is to shift the focus of these fundamental psychological needs to see what impact it has on people's motor skill, performance, and learning. And it seems to affect how well, how quickly, how enthusiastically people learn.
Well, from the attentional focus perspective, I think it is critical that coaches try to use their expertise to come up with external focus instructions or feedback that are appropriate for the given skill level, and performer to enhance and optimize their performance. This may not always be easy. It's much easier to refer to body movements, but what 100 or so studies have shown is that the external focus works better. So it is, in my view, critical that coaches find instructions that are external in nature, even if it is challenging.
Yeah, I would say, for a coach starting out who now has the availability of new knowledge altogether. This was not there before. So you have total excuse. How could you put into place something that wasn't known? But now that you can know this attentional focus, how consistently strong this effect is, now that you can figure out how choice, autonomy, and competence, positive expectancy matter, you kind of, as you say, we can reconstruct what we're doing, and it is a challenge, but all good skill is a challenge. And this is something that if you approach it as a skill and you use your own knowledge of what creates good skill, you would be, for example, trying out I wonder if I could reword this instruction that I was about to give about your risk. How could I reword that into the club and what it should do? Or you might, so essentially you set it out as a challenge to yourself. You practice before they get there, and you say, oh, here's how I'm going to word this one. And you just get, and then you say, yeah, good, I like that one. You give yourself the positive motivation. And conversely, you might say, I really want to make sure I start out on a positive note with this group of people today. So what will be my first statement? So you might have to script it for a little while until it starts to become second nature. And it is like any skill, you're going to forget. You're going to revert to old patterns. But if you say, no, this time, the first 5 minutes, I'm going to say this. And you do, more often than not, say it because it's a task that's manageable. But if you say, I'm going to turn into this wonderful collaborative coach overnight, you're going to struggle. And then because you can't succeed at such a complicated task yet, if you don't cut it down to size, it's going to be hard, but it is the kind of thing you can reconstruct it. We've seen a lot of people reconstruct their approach. But you could turn into the coach that's known for producing these really stable, effective, meet any challenge, engaged learner. And that would be, the prize of a lifetime. And you would assume, hey, I'm pretty confident. And it was subtle. And it was started small and it built. And